Welcome in, everybody. So, the Fire Staff, maybe you yourself have recently fought one or fought with it and noticed that it feels a bit different from it did in the previous patch. I've been playing Musket for the past week, but I decided to give Fire Staff a little bit of a go because I really wanted to see how these changes felt, and oh my god. I'll say this right away, Fire Staff feels better to play, and that's because the animation cancel windows, or the time that you can come in and out of your various different skills, like light attack, the various abilities that Fire Staff has, are quicker than they used to be. So basically with Fire Staff, you are able to pump out your abilities a little bit faster, and that makes a huge difference in something like PvP. I think one of the most notable things with Fire Staff right now is how fast you can do a combo for something like a fireball into the Pillar of Fire and then a light attack. It all lands at almost the same moment. Yeah, especially the light attack at the end of Fireball or light attack at the end of Pillar of Fire. The cancel window on that is... it's almost like a perfect stack damage now, and it didn't used to be like that. Definitely not. So I've noticed that for sure with Fire Staff, and that's a big reason why I think people are doing well with it, and why if you fight against Fire Staff, you might feel like it's faster than it used to feel to fight against. It's because it is. The animations are quicker, and they can get in and out of their abilities faster than they used to. And this isn't just a big deal offensively, but this is a massive deal defensively. It means that they can cast an ability, cast a light attack, and then roll out of there, effectively reducing the amount of time that you're kind of locked down when you use an ability, and increasing the amount of time you can spend in things like iframes during a fight. So yeah, that is definitely one of the biggest reasons why Fire Staff feels so good right now. Now, reason number two, and this isn't something that just affects Fire Staff, this is affecting a lot of especially the ranged weapons, the new Nature's Wrath chest piece. This thing is really deadly. So I recently got the Nature's Wrath chest piece myself. Keep in mind, none of the gameplay footage that I have here, I'm wearing the Nature's Wrath set, so I'm really excited to try it out, but let's talk about it. The Nature's Wrath prevents Empower from working if you have a limited duration Empower, and then you get a 20% flat damage boost. I did some testing. This is a 20% base damage increase, which is absolutely insane for damage. I don't know how to put that any other way. 20% base increase is madness. Oh my god. But of course, with Nature's Wrath, you don't get those Empowers. Fire Staff has quite a few Empowers on it, and would you know, none of them are wrecked by Nature's Wrath. Every single Empower that Fire Staff has access to does not get reduced by Nature's Wrath because they are basically permanent duration Empowers. Even Runes of Helios, it doesn't have a duration on it. You get the Empower while you're standing in the rune. So yeah, this is really big for Fire Staff's damage, and honestly quite scary for how much damage you can do with a set that gives you 20% base damage increase and still easily push over 50% Empower on a Fire Staff. And then, of course, the other ranged weapons. I think Bow Nature's Wrath is kind of a weird mismatch because you don't get that 15% Empower on your roll. So there's probably other set options that are a little bit better for Bow, but for Musket at least, Musket does have access to some Empowers, but by no means do you have to run them, and the amount of damage that Nature's Wrath does, I haven't tested it in PvP yet. I've definitely seen footage of people just nuking people with Nature's Wrath, but once I got my chest piece, before I got any of the other upgrades for it, I still have to do those. I went out and just tried fighting some level 60 plus mobs and was one-shotting them with my power shot, which I've never been able to do before. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that plays out in PvP. I think it's going to be pretty disgusting. Yeah, pretty disgusting. And of course, the last thing that is making Fire Staff feel so OP right now, just the bugs. And this kind of affects every weapon, but I think that Fire Staff, Musket, the ranged weapons, you know, when there are bugs with things like abilities doing damage more times than they should be doing to a target, yeah, anything that is a range burst weapon definitely benefits, I think, disproportionately, because they can just put out a crazy amount of damage before someone can even get close. I've seen the bug myself when I was using Musket where I had 2 hits stacked when I only should have shot a single bullet at the guy, so it should have just done 1 hit of damage. And of course, there are some errors that are just visual, and you don't actually, you know, see any damage come out when you attack the player, but it looks like you did an extra move. And of course, stacking things and the bow machine gun. Yeah, all those bugs in the game, I think they contribute immensely to the issues that we have, at least in game modes like OPR at the moment. And yeah, that just kind of sucks, you know. The fact that especially the bow bug is so easy to abuse, there's a lot of people using it, so hopefully it gets fixed soon. It's Monday that I'll be uploading this video, so I highly doubt they'll fix it the day that this video comes out, but maybe later. Yeah. Anyway, I played quite a lot of Musket Rapier, though. I only did a little bit of Fire Staff, so I don't have a ton of footage on it for you guys, but after getting that Nature's Wrath chest piece, I can't wait to try out a build on it. So hopefully I'll share both builds updated for you guys really soon. But without further ado, let's get into that PvP gameplay for the rest of the video. And here you can see I'm hanging out in the enemy outpost as always. An enemy musket player is there. I do manage to land the powder burn on him, which is really nice. It sets up the power shot, and if I do land the power shot on the musket player, oh man, those squishies, they can go down to 2 shots from that kind of a combo. And unfortunately, I take a ton of damage trying to get that riposte off on the enemy tank, and I go back around the side, and more enemy players have showed up now, so I just kind of start shooting at them. This guy, I'm shooting behind him because I expect him to weave back and forth, and that's always the trouble I have, is I don't predict the right way that people are going to go. Either way, I do land a nice riposte, get a bit of damage in with the flesh, and then land a little bit more damage dodging away from his hammer. And now a second melee player jumps down behind me, and I'm going to do my best to deal with this. Throw the trap right as he walks on it, and there you see he blocked the second hit, but even against this this bruiser here, I'm not sure, he isn't even in light armor. I almost killed him in 2 shots when they stand in that trap. It's absolutely insane how much damage Musket can do right now. And again, this is without Nature's Wrath, guys. I'm going to be hitting harder this week, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that feels. And yeah, good job just kind of kiting the melee player out. I try to land that final shot, eventually landing the power shot there, but the tanky player did a great job just trying to deny me the kill. And I think that's basically what tanks have to do in PvP in these kinds of roles. And now it's just me and the tanky guy. I try to put some damage into him. I do have the firepower to kill these tanky boys, but if he does a good job defending with his block, it makes it nearly impossible. So the kill on them depends on me being able to exploit a bit of a mistake from them. There I just go for the riposte, kind of hoping that he would go for an offensive move there. Unfortunately, he does nothing, which is okay. And then I run inside towards the outpost here. Huge damage on that backstab, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. We've got to wait for those moments to take the tanks down. I throw 2 traps. They both get trapped in them, and I start unloading with my gun. But those guys do a good job just absorbing the damage, of course, blocking those incoming shots. And yeah, I'm forced to pop my ultimate. I mean, I could have got out of that maybe without popping the ultimate, but just for safety in those situations, I like to do it. And would you look at that, the game is over, so I'm not able to continue that fight. And for the last clip that I have for you guys today, a little bit more gameplay. Huge backstab on that fire mage. Oh my god. I love how much damage his build has. If someone drops their stamina, it is such a massive opportunity with the burst build like this. Anyway, these 3 players there unfortunately take down the friendly who runs out, but I managed to put the final shot into that player. And then I start shooting at this guy, and I just kind of hold still with the musket. Okay, hear me out why I'm playing musket. My aim is slowly getting better. I don't have a great aim. You guys know that if you've ever seen me play live especially. You guys get to see the highlights here, and even then I'm still missing quite a few shots. That being said, I feel like my aim has improved enough that I'm starting to feel better with the musket than I do on the fire staff. I think the fire staff is a really good weapon, but the utility that trap has, I don't know, man. With musket, I feel like I can just win outnumbered fights because of that lifesteal. And fire staff, I'm just trying to play that DPS game and kind of losing at times. At least for solo play, I've really been enjoying the trap musket more and more as I continue to play it. And these guys here just trying to stay on my tail, trying to get that kill in. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys, though. Thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know what you guys think about Nature's Wrath. And, you know, the Void Gauntlet also is kind of a bug right now and a bit of an issue in this game as well. There's a lot of stuff that is tough to deal with in PvP. So what have you guys been playing? How do you deal with some of that bullshit? Let me know. Have a good night, everybody, and I hope to see y'all next time. Bye.